If there's one thing that I've said about this car over and over again, is that it is incredibly slow. Now, I know that I said that I was going to take this out to do a track day, but I can't do it with the absolute abysmal lack of power. I have never felt so much regret for purchasing a car like I have with this one. It is a crying absolute shame. I've bought some real not great cars, but never regret. And I suppose most of the regret comes from the price, but the regret of the vehicle itself is the fact that it's really gutless. So I've gone out and I've bought myself a bunch, well, I say a bunch of new things. I got myself something to give me a whole bunch of new power. I got a tuning kit as well, but here's some lovely X-Force exhaust headers, and this is going to be going on today. I've got all the stuff also to do an oil change as well, because we're going to be taking off the oil pan. Why would I take off the oil pan to change a header? Well, not really. I thought I would just kill two birds with one stone. I'm going to be doing a track day, and this is a Subaru engine. If there's one thing that they're known for, that is being incredibly unreliable, especially on a racetrack, which is absolutely baffling. Or baffling. See what I did there? Okay, so this is a Moroso oil baffle pan sort of thing, and this is going to be going in as well today. So more power, more reliability, and a fresh oil change. Now it's been about like 4,000, but when it gets to 5,000, you really should do oil changes on these things. I know that they say 10,000, but Subarus are just not that reliable, and even Toyota lies. You really should be doing your oil changes about 5,000 miles or kilometers, whichever one it is, I can't remember exactly. Not the 10,000, which they suggest. So we're gonna kill a whole bunch of birds with a whole bunch of stones today. Now, I have brought this to the car pit today, something which I'm finally getting around to actually using. It's going to be fairly convenient. There's only just one little tiny itsy bitsy issue. Let me stand up quickly. Yeah, this is a problem. So I'm gonna have to be crouching basically this entire time, which is going to kill my back. But I got really no other choice at the moment, so it's going to be crouching whilst I take off all the undertray and everything for this. So the first thing, it looks like, oh, somebody did something horrible to this pan, so that's gonna have to get fixed. The rest of this looks fairly straightforward. All right, time to get a tool on this. What I'm looking at is these little doodads. They're not screws. They're made of plastic. I think I meant to pull the core out, then the rest should just slide out like a normal one, but it doesn't want to. Oh no, there we go. A little bit. God, that's a pain. Yeah, this thing is a real pain. Oh, I have to do that like 50 more times now. Now you can see that damage quite a lot clearer. Not sure what they did, but they did something. It didn't seem to damage much else. It's mostly fine. Now, probably gonna take this one off, and then this big ass muffler, which is really hot at the moment, so I should probably wait for it to cool down. But it shouldn't be too hard to release. There's like I think 3 bolts each side. I'm gonna have to give this a break though, because that exhaust is hot and I don't want to burn myself. After I do that though, we'll get on to replacing this oil pan as well, or taking it out and fitting in a new bit. Very expensive, this whole setup. $600 I paid used for this. So we had better add a lot of power. 2 hours later. Much cooler now. All right. You can move out of the way. All right, that does make my job a hell of a lot easier. Next is that sensor. You have to be very careful with sensors because sensors are easily damaged. I'm gonna guess that it's probably a 17. Nope, more like a 19, which is something I don't have. But I do have it in Imperial, which is a pain in the butt because then I have to I think 11, 16 is 17. So let's try 3/4 first. And, ooh, hey, yeah, that's about right. Ugh. This is actually just really awkward to work on though. Maybe I should unplug it first. And I think it's this one here that goes down and matches up. So we'll unplug you and we'll take you out with the exhaust. Okay. Yep, that's all good. The handy dandy super long extension. Let's try to figure out what we need here. 14. Oh, come on. It's one of these sorts of bolts where like it extends too much, meaning that the part itself like won't go over it. It'll like bottom out. God damn it. I do happen to have a few of these sorts of fittings, so maybe they'll work. Please be the right size. Oh, actually. No, bugger, no, that's actually not the right size. Luckily, however, we don't need this to go in all the way. We can just kind of sit that there and it'll work. All right, here's hoping. I really shouldn't be using this as a breaker bar, god damn it. Oh, you like to be a pain in the butt, don't you? Yep. Rounded off my extension. What a pain. That's a hateful, loathsome thing. Like, it doesn't need to be this long. Do you know why this bit is that long? Because they hate customers. Fuck Subaru. Okay, just a higher quality bit does the job. So this one didn't round off quite like this one did. All right, there we go. Problem solved for now. One. I bet you they sell a specific tool for this. Oh, that's tight. But that's a third loosened. There we go. There's 4. Ooh, 5. 6. I get the feeling this overpipe here is going to restrict my ability to remove all of this. So I should probably undo it next. That is a big ass bolt though. I wonder if it's a 14. Oh, it is a 14. Almost stand up here as well, that's convenient. That's quite nice actually. Oh, finally, a good bolt. I used to work in an exhaust workshop a long time ago, and these bolts and nuts were always the worst because they were always seized. Luckily this car is new enough and not made out of super rusty material. But then again, I suppose if you're in a wetter environment, this would be a lot harder. But South Australia actually is the driest state in Australia, and Australia is the driest continent on the world. In the world? Apart from like Antarctica, I think, or something like that. Maybe it's country. I don't remember, it's one of those things. No. Way too much sweat happening right now. It is very stuffy under here. Slight chance. Does this want to come out, or is it going to be a pain in the butt? I don't actually know how to get this off because this is holding it in place, which is held in place here. And I don't want to go any further back on the exhaust.
That was legitimately 10 minutes. 1.
Alright, well, just watching some Body Car Mods. I know that they've done this already. It seems that this should just come out. But it's such a... How?
Alright.
Oh.
There it is.
They skipped an important part. You know what, alright. Time to watch somebody else doing a tutorial.
The OEM headers are...
Oh my god, okay. Another one that just kind of skipped over the hard part. Thanks, Chris Barry. Suck. Another one here. He's undone the final bolt, and it just comes out like magic. Everybody doing tutorials on this, you fucking suck. Come on. Overpipe has locked me in. This can't come down because the overpipe is locking it in. And the overpipe can't come out because the rest of the exhaust is locking it in. And I don't want to take out the rest of the exhaust. This is actually... Oh, wait, hold on. No, you just lever it forwards? No? Oh, now this is moving forwards. Okay, we have to move the header forwards whilst not moving this forwards. I think I have to redo this bolt back up. Now, I should be able to lever this forward a little bit more. No, that bolt is way too long. And, yep, that is threaded into the back end there, so I can't actually take it out. Why are you like this? Hold down on it. Like that. You know, there is a slight possibility that somebody has put some aftermarket bolts in here, because these bolts are way too long. Like, they do not need to be that long. As you can see, that is clearly out. What about the rest though? Can't actually see. I can't. Nah, no such luck. I hate this.
Yeah, we can take it. Now 14 moles, one.
Oh my god, are you kidding me? Another channel. Barn builds? Go fuck yourself. How many? Everyone skips the most important and hardest thing to do. Like, god damn it.
So, you're gonna want to take this off. You don't need the extension for this, and they're both 14 millimeter as well.
Oh my god. Another one. This person was going painstakingly through. Alexandra Lopez, go fuck yourself as well. Like, they all get to, oh yeah, you just have to do this, you just have to do that. Oh, it's so easy. And then it gets to the point where you have to get it around that frickin' overpipe and bloop, look, it's done. It's that easy.
Not a huge deal, just had to lift it.
Oh, okay. Here's one. Kevin Vo. You at least said that you couldn't do it easily. Thank you. Showing any of it? No.
For one, I'm getting caught right there.
Another one.
There it is.
God damn it, another one. TJ Hunt? Go fuck yourself. Oh, finally.
So we're gonna have to do a little bit more disconnecting
Yes.
than I thought, which is
Somebody's actually talking about it.
The manifold cannot slip past these studs. And
Yes.
take those two bolts
Oh
off,
no, he's
slide
taking
front
the
and
exhaust
overtake
off
a
further
little
back.
bit.
What I didn't want to do. I don't have access back there. But thank you, Devin Nyamela. You're a freaking legend to at least address the goddamn issue. I've got access to about where the catalytic converter is, and he wants me to go, like, I can't even reach that far, and I don't want to jack up the car and get under it. I'll at least try to undo this bracket here. It's got a lip on it. Of course. Why would anything go my way? Oh, I was able to get it off of that hanger. Thank God. Now that I have at least a little bit more room to play with. Ah, yes. Oh, seems that my O2 sensor was the wrong one. And now it's snagged somewhere else. I can't get it undone. Oh, that was a monumental cock-up. Okay, you stay there. I'm going up. I needed to undo this one as well. How the hell does that come undone? Oh, son of a... I don't want to replace this exhaust sensor, but it's being a fucking... Go out on a limb and say that this sensor is probably busted now. Okay, stay. Oh, great. Well, this is a fun place to be in. And Sony has proprietary batteries. What a dick move. Before I go ahead and install a new exhaust on there, time to take this off and to fit my new Moroso oil baffle. However that goes in. Oh God, this is gonna be fun. Sockets are not gonna fit on there either, so I need to use a screwdriver. Fantastic. This doesn't want to come out now. What a pain. So here's another problem, is some people were talking about lifting up the engine a little bit. I am not so lucky because I am in a pit. I cannot lift that now. All it literally took would be for them to have this part go up a little bit, then have the joiner. But they did it this way because they just don't care. Yeah, well, at least they come out easily. Oh, I'm not going to be able to get to all of these, am I? Oh, wait, you know what? I shouldn't be doing this yet. I should be draining the oil first. How am I gonna do this? This is a problem. All right, I have a plan. I have a old tripod I don't use so much anymore. Let's just for a second imagine that I have 3 hands and I'm gonna do this properly. Yeah, oh, okay. Got nearly none on me. Fantastic. Now we wait. I have been watching the oil and it actually looks pretty clear, so there's no shavings in here, which is good news, I suppose. I wouldn't expect it from just normal road use, so it's not a huge surprise. Oh my God, the smell of oil is horrible. Oh, you threaded, you son of a... At least when these things are glued in, they use really cheap bolts, then they thread really easily. I hate this company. The worst company in the world. There's a slight possibility I might be able to get a socket on that one though. Just. Alright, well that was a whole lot of worry for nothing. I have never actually dealt with an oil pan that is glued in place. I've only ever used gaskets, so this is a new one for me. How does one get this off? Time to watch YouTube.
This is an oil pan separator tool. It's
Specialized tool, of course, and that's what Subaru would go with. I saw some people just hammering a screwdriver in there. It's kind of a last resort, I reckon. I'm actually going to start with this plastic wedge first. It's probably a bad idea. It's probably going to break off inside there, but we'll see if it works. Alright, chisel it is. Why did gaskets become unpopular and then move to this RTV stuff? This is stuck so hard on here that I'm starting to wonder, why do they even bother having bolts in there? Ah! Damn it, that hurt. Son of a gun. Yep. That's right in the middle. I do have thick-ass razor blades. Let's see if I can hammer one of these in. All right. It is the next day. So, this, as the last thing that happened, became very, very loose. So we're ready to plop her out. Or at least I thought it was ready to come out. All right, let's get a little bit of leverage in there. There we go. There we go. Doesn't look so bad. Oh, more oil in there than what I thought. But yeah, I'm gonna clean that up. I'm gonna clean this up. And I'm gonna fit my baffle. Oil is looking a little bit sludgy in the bottom there, so we'll clean out the oil pan, but it's really this goop that you have to be very careful to remove all of it, because you do not want that getting picked up in the oil pan. That is one of the big issues with the new 2.4 liter version, is they use really cheap, nasty RTV that goes on way too much like this, but then breaks off and ends up clogging up your oil feed tubes. So, gotta be careful with this part. How does this go up? It just goes up fairly easily. That pickup plug goes to about here. So how does that go on? You would have to go like that. Has to clear the second baffle as well. God, that looks gorgeous. I've always wanted to install one of these on a car. It's so pretty. I've never really had a reason to install one because I've never had a car so notoriously unreliable that either a track day could kill. I mean, I know that's the 2.4 that'll die very easily, but I just don't trust Subaru. They're not a trustworthy company. So let's clean that up and put it on. I'm gonna RTV this. I'm gonna put it in place. I've cleaned that up as much as possible. Then I'll put the oil pan on. So for the RTV, I've gone with JB Weld stuff. So this is Ultimate Grey RTV 100% silicone. Gasket, maker, and sealant, it says here, that is for oil pans, timing covers, cam covers, all that sort of stuff. So JB Weld is a company that is known pretty well in the industry. I don't think that they would do me wrong. It's just because there was no Toyota stuff on hand at the time. 1/4 inch bead of silicone. An American company, huh? Fully cure in 24 hours. Does that mean I have to wait 24 hours until this is like good? That's maybe a problem, because I'm meant to be going out tonight. Oh, I have seen that there are tools that make this a lot easier, and now I'm thinking I probably should have gone with something like that. But two-handed, coming out a lot easier. I swear to God, this is probably going to be the messiest RTV job you've ever seen. Now for the hard part. Will you go up here without making a goddamn mess? Now this has got a big fat area for me to apply RTV on. Good thing I've done a lot of cake piping, so I know generally a vague way to do this. I know it's weird. I'm into cars. I've done cake piping, but not RTV before. I mean, how else do you think that I got this glorious gut? I'm also halfway down. There is just enough for me to do 2 layers of RTV for the pan and for the baffle. So, that's something to keep in mind. Don't get small RTV amounts. Okay. Worst one you've ever seen? Probably. I'm gonna be honest, that looks pretty horrible. Try our best to get this to mate. I am worried that that's gonna fall, but I need to rearrange things. Damn it! Oh, there we go. I knew it. You know what, actually doesn't look too bad though. You can fit back on. Doesn't look like RTV has gotten anywhere it shouldn't have. This time I'm gonna finger tight up at least a couple of bolts before I do anything else. Because I'm an idiot. There we go. Okay. 1 bolt. And apparently I'm meant to torque these down to 6.4 newtons. Oh, it doesn't even go that low. It's about 10. We'll go with that. Oh, there we go. That's actually very loose. Oh my God. Good use of like a $250 tool. I'm also noticing something else. These gaskets on here are very clean, which makes me think that there's a possibility that before I bought this car, they switched out the exhaust system for something that's a little more stock. So I think this has had headers on it at some point. But now I've got to get this overpipe out, which I still have not managed to get out. I've undone the bolt at least a little bit, and then... Nope, okay, that doesn't want to come out, huh? Ow, you're a pain in my butt.
You need to remove the heat shield from the overpipe and then slightly lift up the engine with a jack to make it way easier to remove.
Okay, well, okay, it seems that Mighty Car Mods have come through. So that's super convenient and not at all going to be a hassle. I have full access to everything, yeah, that's true. I swear these bolts are made out of, pre-made out of rust. Like, Jesus Christ. Finally it came off. Oh no, there we go, got it out. Whee! All right, not doing the full exhaust, but a switch from that to that. It's bigger, but that doesn't mean everything when it comes to exhaust, because sometimes you want, it's not back pressure, but like the velocity of air to stay up, and a narrower tube does that. But this one is weird. It's kind of crush bent. There's like a dent in here. Big dentalungus in here. I don't know whether this is good or not. So we'll just go with the experts at X-Flow. Goodbye. Because we're going only 1 cat, we do need to use an extension part for our headers. Very weird setup that basically just downs the amount of carbon, which I don't know why there's 2 cats. Can you not make one work? Which one is which? Oh God. Actually, I don't remember. Neither of them look particularly stressed or broken, so I can't judge it that way. Here's hoping to God that these sensors aren't broken. Time for my persuasion bar. There we go. New gaskets on, new header on. This is gonna be so awesome. I've just realized one annoying thing. Oh God. With the original headers, you could see that it's designed to be able to give you access to all of the bolts directly down. I mean, the bolts are too long, but you get the idea, right? You can always access it. Well, not so much here. Like, for instance, there is not direct access to that one. If we come around here, there's not direct access to that one either. Like, it hides behind there. Frick. But whatever. we will do our best. Probably means that I'm gonna have to use a spanner for like 10 minutes on one nut. Oh wait, no, this one is also partly obscured. That might be a problem. Wait, I've got a knuckle. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, this is gonna work fantastically. So I probably should have exhaust wrapped this, but I think it'll be fine, really. Get in there, please. Fuck you two. Jesus. Well, unfortunately, that was the last that the cameras had captured. There was only this last little bit, which I do believe was probably actually just from parking. The nose is a lot lower than what I expected to be, so sometimes when I first had the car, it would grind up. Now, I'm driving it out to do an acceleration test again. I haven't actually tuned it yet because I want to do a before and after for that as well. The first acceleration, which I forgot to record, was about a 7.8 without any modifications. After I put the diff in that episode, was a 7.01 second 0 to 100, and I've been a bit daunted to make this episode, so it's been about 6 months and I have gotten used to it, and there will be a few things I would like to say. It is not a fast car still, but the torque dip is gone. Quite a bit. I was actually quite surprised. Now you're only left with disappointment of the whole acceleration, not disappointed of acceleration and what the hell, why am I putting my foot down and nothing is happening sort of feeling that you would normally get with the torque dip. But here's our 0 to 100 test. Bit of an oops. So all in all, even though the car does feel a little bit faster, I'm actually just seeing this result now as I'm in the editing suite and I've put the timer up. That is a bit concerning, though there is going to be differences in like the temperature and all that sort of stuff causing different situations, though this is the same part of the road, same tires, same everything like that. So I am a little confused as to why it's slower, but now we're gonna do it like just a couple of days later and we're gonna do it again, but without traction control. Well shit, there you have it. It's within margin of error, which is weird because it does actually feel faster, but just with the headers, 0 to 100, actually about the same. So now actually let's try it with a tune. Alright, so unfortunately this is where things started to fall apart a little bit. The first one here was on a lean tune, which ended up giving me about the same sort of result anyway. No traction control, nothing like that. But in the editing suite, I noticed that the speeder wasn't entirely accurate, so I went out and got my old OBD2 reader and then got an old phone which was able to interface with it, and I plugged it in. I was able to get the results kinda, sorta. Well, I just did a test of 0 to 100, and this is this OBD2 reader. Incredibly inconsistent. It first told me I did in like 2-point-something seconds, then 9-point-something seconds. Now it's saying 7.01. I don't know. None of these recordings are doing exactly what I want. Oh God. This whole adventure has cost me about $1,000 just to prove that I didn't even know this myself. Completely useless. Now, you know what, maybe not completely useless, because they do actually feel like the car has been made a little bit faster, but as you can see in practice, in numbers at very least, it hasn't actually really made it any faster. In fact, I've not been able to match the 7.01 that I was able to get with just changing the differential. This has been a big disappointment, and because the insurance on this is so huge, doing any major modification is just going to make this car completely unaffordable. I think they were saying like to have a turbo on this would cost me $2,600, a goddamn year, which is absolutely outrageous. Companies, especially insurance companies, really do suck. But for now, I don't know what to do. I'm going to take this to a track. I'm going to see what it's actually like to drive on a track, because I feel that that's where its major advantage is, and then assess my situation at that point to see whether I want to even keep this car. I know it's for the namesake of my channel, 86. Woo, yeah, funny. Oh, God, I've hated this car at every step.